These are some books that I never see talked about, but are definitely worth their time. Billy Summers by Stephen King. I've said it once and I'll say it again. This is one of Stephen King's most underrated books. This is a thriller novel about the hitman Billy Summers, a Houdini when it comes to making people disappear, but he'll only take the job if it's somebody he considers bad. Out of all the Stephen King books I've read, Billy Summers is my favorite protagonist. I picked this up expecting to only care about the action, but I ended up falling in love with this complex, morally gray character and the partner that tags along with him. This was the first book I read from Stephen King, and now I'm trying to read every book he's ever written. Never Die by Rob J. Hayes. This is a standalone fantasy novel about an 8-year-old boy named Ian, who is on a mission from the god of death himself to get rid of the emperor by any means necessary. This is a mostly point of view book with some of the best Japanese anime inspired action scenes I've ever read in a book. The transitions between characters in this was so smooth. One of the main protagonists, the Whispering Blade, reminded me a lot of a younger Misaki from the Sword of Kaigen. Halloween by Curtis Richard. This is kind of a cheat code because this is a novelization of the legendary 1978 horror classic. And let me tell y'all, this is even better than a movie. This goes a whole lot more in depth on Michael Myers, on his mother, on his whole family really. I definitely recommend this if you're a horror fan, especially this cool illustrated edition. Cold Moon Over Babylon by Michael McDowell. This is a southern gothic slasher set in the small town of Babylon, Florida in the 1960s, where the Larkins family, youngest daughter Margaret, does not come home from school one day, and what ends up being the beginning of something terrible going on in the small town of Babylon. This book right here has my most hated antagonist ever. If you enjoy Stephen King storytelling, I think this is one you should pick up.